but there is magic in this. This is the moon on water. Things are being reflected back to you maybe that you are doing, but also this is a magical time for you. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is your monthly reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whichever area of your chart you're wanting to look at. And if you don't know your chart, there is a link in the description down below so that you can go and get yourself a free birth chart. You want to know at least your moon sign and your rising sign, especially your rising sign. It's the most important one of the lot in ancient astrology. Now, being a general monthly reading, timing is not absolute, roles can be reversed, the reading can kick in when it kicks in, or not at all. Where my readings are different is that they come as a job lot. It's not a spread where you can say, take what resonates and leave the rest. There is a past and a present. And if the past and the present don't fit, then the reading is simply not for you. It is for another Sagittarius. In which case, go and look at your moon sign or your rising sign. If the past and the present do fit, then hopefully the entire reading is for you. But the whole point is have a listen, take it on board, think about it, make your own decisions from there. Don't rely on any tarot reader to make decisions for you. Don't give away your power like that. The other difference is I would like you to ask a question prior to the reading, prior to me going through the cards. Now, take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you and focus on one of them. Choose one of them. Concentrate on it because the focus, energy in, energy out. But be aware of all of them because the cards will answer whatever they want to and not necessarily what you and I think. Any other details about the reading is in the description down below. When you go and have a read, press subscribe. And also, please do comment. I read all the comments and you find that I respond to them all in a reasonably timely fashion. Now, just a note about other readings. There haven't been any full moon gods at play readings this month due to external factors, time constraints that I have. There's unlikely to be any waning moon readings either, so probably your next reading will be the new moon. But on that note, let me bring up the cards. Now, it appears that you are in a time of options at the moment. We have the Seven of Cups. Oh, clarified by the Seven of Cups. And Five of Stones, Five of Pentacles. Are you feeling limited at the moment? Because you're feeling like there's definitely forward motion. There's something that you have to plan for and carry on with. We have the Knight of Spears, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. So a sort of a new beginning. You are instigating a new beginning. Or you are instigating new motion, I think is the better way for me to put it. And that you are planning something, which is probably why you're considering all these options at the moment. So, let me have a look. These centre 6 here represent the present. Really, there's a present line here, but obviously that line can swing a little bit. But we have the Five of Coins, Queen of Vessels. Right, so you were left alone where you felt that something that you were aiming for, you were swimming upstream and not necessarily receiving the support in achieving whatever it is or gaining whatever it is or in just surviving through whatever situation is going on. But I do think you were incredibly open to information during that period. There was a lot that you were learning, maybe by appearing that you were in this more poverty state. Right. Because there was some new beginning regarding your home that you wanted to set right, that you wanted to pull together and make sure, right, this is going to be put into balance. And you've made changes and someone else, you've demanded changes from somebody else as well by the looks of it, which is probably why you're looking at the options of how you can move forward. Is it possible that Right. You were wanting changes in yourself and you were wanting changes in something else or someone else. So whether that's you were wanting changes in the workplace, whether you was wanting changes with a partner, friend, or something where you had to change, but it had or they had to change as well. And I'm not entirely sure that demand of change from you was taken, or demand of change by you. No, either way doesn't makes sense and means both things. But you were happy to change you, but whatever else it was that needed to change, I don't think that demand was necessarily received quite as well as you'd like to be, and I think as you'd liked it to be, and I think there was a certain amount of there's a certain amount of lies and subterfuge going on, but there's also a certain amount of strategy in your on your part, and that strategy has maybe caused things to change quite considerably and quite fast, and maybe a little bit harsher than what you was maybe intending. But that's why you've been left still feeling in this impoverished state, but all of a sudden you have options. Now, part of the reason of what makes me think that this is the case is you can see all these oracle cards that flipped over during me shuffling the oracle card session, the oracle card bit. You'll see my shuffle video. No, you'll see it that side. It's probably already finished by now. But we got confidence is the key to your success, new moon in Leo, and prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So both of those, Taurus is obviously first, then Leo, both of those are looking quite close, and it's looking like things are going to be on the up. We have peace. We have Zadkiel, the angel of mercy. I've yet to work that one out. So, but we also have card number 46 at the numerology oracle, domestic harmony. Now, this card is about bringing a change in, or asking for a change in a partner. I'll read this bit out. There's the card indicates a time of healing your relationships in your home. This may relate to a troubled relationship with a child, family member, ex or current partner, house guest or roommate. It could even relate to problems you have had with the actual house itself. Either way, this card has been sent to advise you that your difficulties are being resolved and domestic happiness is within your reach. It can indicate a time to make a commitment to your present relationship by declaring your love and desire to take things to the next level. It can also reveal a need to commit to your present residence by extending your lease, not deciding to sell, or making necessary improvements to turn it into your perfect home. Regardless, this card is encouraging you to make a commitment rather than walk away. So, you were... Oops. I'll be back in camera in a second. So, you were demanding some form of change and willing to make that change itself. I'm not sure that change was equally well received, which would indicate this is more of a person than a house. But I think this is going to work out quite well. We've got as the final outcome pile, the lovers, but we have got a bit of heartbreak first. But in the meantime, synergy, heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. We have indicating the success, flying, coming to life, embracing the future. Echoing the demands, the spirit in which you made the demands, and the forward movement that you have at the moment. Finally, Typhoeus with fear, Sarasvati with the arts, express yourself through creative activities. So maybe, yeah, you do need to decorate. I can recommend a good decorator. And Helen of Troy with beauty, which indicates that strategy thing. But underneath the situation that you're in at the moment, there is a hugely nurturing energy. Well, I want to say I don't think that nurturing energy is necessarily you. I think there is an energy where you are being nurtured by being driven away from a dream that you've had previously and standing on your own 2 feet. But this is going to hurt. 3 of Swords. It's going to hurt. And this is a step where you are coming into, where you are left on your own, but with forward movement and finally with recognition, which is something I think was lacking earlier. Then things start moving, changing fast. So we've got the 8 of Wands, the things moving fast. We've got 4 of Bows indicating celebration, commitment. That's the equivalent of the marriage card, but I don't feel marriage, I feel party. I feel the whole celebration. Both 3 and 4 of 3 of Cups and 4 of Wands can be party cards. But I think the idea of you having that sort of party makes you go, you know what? Well, why are we celebrating? But you are being called upon to look at the world in a different way, and you are being called upon to be persistent. Excuse me. But you are being called upon to move upon to fresh shores. Fresh shores, a fresh way of looking at things, a fresh way of doing things. So yeah, you're not so much making a commitment to a house there if you're going to fresh shores, are you? But there is a wish fulfillment in that for you. But you've got to go through that. Interestingly, this story could be a story about releasing false expectations, releasing expectations that weren't going to be met, and by releasing those, you can start having some expectations that will be met and will work okay, that are more reasonable. King of Cups, we've got emotional resolution here. 2 of Stones, so we've got springtime indicated in here, and balance, because obviously it's the 2 of Pentacles. And somebody finally helping you out, even if they are withholding most of the information or resources from you. But other people are seeing that you are acting in a wise fashion. But yeah, you're moving forward, but you need to be careful at what it is that you're aiming at. So maybe they are saying, re-examine your goals right now, because the goals that you've got right now or recently ain't doing you as much good as what you think they should be doing. Now, with all this, there is work coming up, but it is work that brings you into your own power. So we have 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles, that repetitive work of doing something skillfully, but clarified by the Shaman, i.e. the Magician, and the Emperor. So coming into your own power, there does appear to be this little bit of heartbreak, but I think that's quite a healing thing. I do want to say that I'm not feeling sort of the, oh my God, it's the 3 of Swords, everything's going to hurt. It's more of a, I love those flames that are around the heart here. I love the fact that it is 3 swords, that it is the Trinity in action. We have the Ace of Spears. So moving forward, again with that nurturing energy, and again with the 9 of Pentacles. So there is someone who is trying to nurture you by standing back and standing back from you. Maybe you're getting you sent out of the habit of codependency. Let's see what's happened in the past, because in the past you had been called to move while believing you needed to protect what little you had left, because you was feeling quite impoverished, and you ended up in a good situation, suddenly swept up in a good situation, a good sort of love situation, or a good working together situation, which gave you quite a clarity But I feel like there should be a but. There was a wish fulfillment there. There was a harvest that certainly took its time coming, but waiting for the harvest was part of that wish fulfillment, because again, you were expressing your power. So whatever it is that's recently, where you was expressing your power and having the control over the situation around you, that you felt you had been tricked by some honeyed words. And that's why this is great, this is great, this is great, this is not so great, is it? And that's why things have been feeling so cold and so impoverished recently. Part of that's on you. Part of that is on you. Okay, I don't want to say getting too comfortable, but having expectations out of the situation that weren't able to be met by that situation. But it's looking up roses long term. Short term, there's a bit more heartache to go through to make sense of it. But the very end here, like I say, we have the lovers clarified by the Two of Cups. Now, you don't get much more you don't get much more explicit. Looks like this is a relationship or love reading, or if you are trying to unify two factors. But I do think that this nurturing energy that you're under, it's not going to feel very nurturing by you. It's someone is standing back to allow you to develop. But there is magic in this. This is the moon on water. Things are being reflected back to you maybe that you are doing, but also this is a magical time for you. It's just not going to feel it. It's like any magical initiation. It's hard blooming work. Because your fear seems to be that you won't have the strength to carry on. You'll fall before the end, and that it's not grounded in the real world. But it is. So I think there's promises that have not been made to you that you are expecting to be fulfilled. And then there's another promise that has been made to you that you don't believe will be fulfilled, but it actually will be. But this whole process that you're going through at the moment is partly what is fulfilling that promise, although it's not going to feel like that. So have a look what the other oracle cards say. It's not a very happy reading this time, Sagittarius, is it? I do apologise. I'd love to... It's hard work coming up for you. There is some pain coming up for you, but it's good pain. If there is such a thing, because it is with this Hanged Man. Yes, you're being forced to look at things differently so that you can do things differently and get a far better, happier result from it in the long run. Yeah, the Angel of Trust. I trust in the divine power of goodness and love to protect and guide me. I think go through this process. Yes, look at all your options. Yes, look at all the promises that you are expecting. And just remember that there are some promises that have been made, and there's some promises that you've simply convinced yourself have been made, and they weren't there, and they're not going to happen. But the answers you need are coming. With Inara, I'm thinking the trickery may be slightly you've been tricking yourself. But okay, beware of playing it safe. But that is a very strong energy here, because I want to link it to this Queen of Coins here. The Queen of Coins is standing back, and so you're feeling like you're being abandoned somewhat. But that is them playing it safe so that you learn these lessons. Because all things come in phases and cycles, as seen by Freya here. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. What was I saying? Illusions are revealed and released. So that's what the whole... You're getting rid of some self-sabotaging beliefs here. Birthing a new age. So we've got that going on again. But yes, you need that. We had that persistence, that 9 of Wands somewhere, didn't we? So that's why Helena Troy is here. You're not the only person who can use strategy, and you've met your match. And that's a good thing. That is a really good thing. This is a good reading, even though it seems not so cheerful. It's a positive end. So, anytime I choose, I can create my dreams. Self-trust. How much self-trust has there been here? If you are expecting the delivery of promises that weren't ever made, or that you were tricked into believing had been made, how much self-trust can you have? Again, another reason why there's... Whether this... I don't necessarily think... could be either or. The person who didn't make these promises or led you to believe in certain promises and was tricking you may or may not be the person who has stood back from you and withdrawn their support for the moment because they are nurturing you. They may be the same person. I think they're probably not the same person. I think there may be some reaction. So maybe, for instance, if this is a partner who's drawn back from you at the moment, you may have been reacting to them as if they were the ex-partner who made these promises or just led you to believe these promises had been made. So hypnos with sleep. That would indicate you need to get some rest, but that would indicate... What I'm getting from this card is where he's got his fingers to the lips. The whole... You're looking at your options at the moment. So yes, look, listen, be silent. Blossoming abundance is on offer. Like I say, a lot of those oracle cards are indicating a really positive future. You've just got... Then the next card is the sacrifice. You've just got to go through this next bit that I was on about. Go with the flow, get rid of complacency, and yes, decide what it is that you are going to dedicate yourself to grab this happy potential future here, which is started with the 8 of Coins, where yes, you are doing the same thing better and better and better each time. So finally, these last cards. Zadkiel, Angel of Mercy. Maybe be nice to you, be nice to them. Typhoeus, Fear. Well, this person has stood back to allow you to see all your options, and maybe some of these promises and false promises that you were carrying and expecting, false expectations, were born of fear. So get rid, because the opposition to that, what will come in from that is this waning crescent 5 with peace. As for Sarasvati with the arts, I've got no idea what they've got to do with Price of Bacon. It says, express yourself through creative activities. That's something that only you can understand what that's about. But if you are needing a focus, if you're churning something over and over and over, then stop thinking about it for a while, do something creative, and you might find that your brain pops out the answer anyway. So, if this means anything to you, Sagittarius, which in a way I hope it doesn't, but if it does, comment down below, press subscribe while you're there. Like I said, I don't think the waning moon readings will be out this time in time, so your new moon reading will be the next monthly one. Depends what chance I get to do, because there's so much astrology events that I want to do readings for, but there's not enough hours in the day. So, on that note, I suppose I will see you when I see you. Cheers.